Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I've got my puppy sleeping on a blanket here next to me and I just don't have the heart to move her, so she's gonna be with us for today's video. Okay, now I have two dogs with me. Hello, did you want to join me for this video? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a few journal prompts as well as just some tips on journaling. If you are looking to get into journaling for the new year, or if you just want to take this time of a new year, kind of a fresh start, to sit down and reflect a little bit and look at what you want for your future, as well as reflect a little bit on the past. You done? Okay, that'll be good. Wait, before we get into this video, I have a giveaway for you. So earlier this month, we hit 1,000 subscribers here on my YouTube channel, and I wanted to give something back to you guys as a thank you. I got to work with a couple of small businesses for this giveaway that I'm so excited to share with you, so let's just get into it. For the giveaway, I'm giving you a French press coffee maker, some of my favorite local coffee. You guys know I am a coffee snob, and some beautiful handmade ceramic mugs from a really neat Etsy shop that I'm so excited to share with you. These mugs are from an Etsy shop called BusyDaydreams. They are handmade by the owner, Julie. I've gotten to talk back and forth with her as we've been coordinating this giveaway, and she makes some of the coolest ceramic pieces. She makes mugs, and she also makes garden accessories and home accessories. She makes little dog bowls, all sorts of really, really cute ceramic pieces. So I'm gonna link her Etsy shop in the description box below. Go over there and follow her and see if there's anything in her shop that speaks to you, because I know I love so many of her pieces. I think the mugs that she made for you guys are so pretty, and really just like, they match the French press that we have. I'm so excited to be able to work with her and give these mugs to one of you guys. And then we have our coffee. Oh my gosh, this stuff smells amazing. They just sent it to me, so whenever you guys get it, it'll still be fresh. I had them grind it to a coarse grind, because in a French press, you want a coarse grind coffee grind. So I had them grind it for you, so it's ready to go in case you don't already have a coffee grinder at home. I am so obsessed with their coffee. You guys are gonna love it. It is available for purchase online. I'll link their website down below. That way, if you receive this and you get addicted, you can buy some for yourself no matter where you live. Or if you don't get to receive this gift, you can go ahead and buy yourself some so you can get a treat of some really, really good coffee. So I will post all of the giveaway requirements in the description box below, as well as in the pinned comment. So there will be no confusion as to what you need to do to enter. But with all that being said, let's get into this video. Before we get deep into the actual journal prompts, I just want to talk to you a little bit about journaling and give you some tips and ideas and things to think about in terms of your journaling. The first thing being that you can just let it flow. I'm gonna give you these prompts as a way to get you started and get you going, but you don't have to feel like tied down to that journal prompt. If I give you something to like get you going, and then your mind starts going to a million other places and you start, thinking about other things, you can switch directions and you can write, start writing about something completely different. Sometimes you'll find that, there are things buried deep in the, back of your mind that you needed to like get out and think about and write about, but you just hadn't given yourself the time and the space to do that. So that's really what journaling is all about. So don't feel tied down to these prompts. It's okay to just let it go and let it flow as you're writing. Also, be specific. Be specific about what you want, about what your dreams are, your goals are, about what you're feeling and what your thoughts are. This is not something that's going to be read by anyone else unless you just choose to give someone permission to read it. It's really your personal thing. So you don't have to write as if someone else is going to read it. You don't hold back. I think sometimes it's important to really tackle the tough questions, tackle those uncomfortable things that maybe you don't like to think about or you don't like to talk about or whatever that may be. I challenge you to really dig into those areas that are hard to go to for you, because that's probably where you really need to be thinking about things and processing things. And that's really what journaling is all about. And finally, I'm gonna give you a bunch of prompts. Don't feel like you have to use every single one of them. I want you to pick the ones that really resonate with you, the ones that oh, I need to think about that. I need to, dig deeper on that. Don't avoid the ones that are hard, because if it seems hard to you, it's probably something you do need to think about. But if something just doesn't feel like it's a fit, that's totally fine. You don't have to like go through every one of these. And also, you're probably gonna need to take this kind of slowly, maybe answer just like 1 or 2 at a time. You know, go through one prompt one day, another prompt the next day. You might find one thing that you really need to think about and reflect on, and maybe take a week journaling about just that one thing. Or maybe you get going and you know, don't even need a prompt anymore because you've got a lot to write about. That's totally fine. Like I said, these are really just to get you going and to give you some direction on where to start, but where you take it is totally up to you. All right, so let's get into these prompts. My first set of prompts, so just a few, but they're gonna be on like reflecting on the past year. Now, I don't want you spending a ton of time bemoaning the last year or whatever. We don't want to live in the past, but I think it's important to make sure that we've learned the lessons that we were supposed to learn in our past. So with that, my first journal prompt for you in the reflections category is just, what did I learn in 2020? My next section is, how was this past year successful? And maybe consider, why was it successful? What about it was successful? Those kind of questions. And my last prompt for the reflections category is, list 3 of your favorite memories in the past year. I think this one's my favorite. My next category is the big picture stuff. So this is where I want you to dream. I want you to just let your imagination go. Don't judge yourself. Don't think about logistics so much, but I want you to really picture, like, what do you want life to look like? So my questions for this category are, what does my ideal life look like? I know that's broad, and if that feels too broad to you, maybe picture what an ideal day looks like, or what an ideal like month in your calendar looks like, if that helps you kind of narrow it down. But just generally speaking, what does your ideal life look like? Where do you want to live? Who do you want to be surrounded with? What do you want your day to look like? All of those things kind of encompass in, what do I want my life to look like? Next question, what brings me the most happiness? And final question in this category, if money were no object, what would you be doing every day? What kind of things would you have? What kind of life would you lead? And this final category is probably what you came here for, and that is the category of looking forward into this next year. So these prompts are going to be things that help you get clarity on what you want for the future year and set goals, all of that kind of thing. The first question is, what can I do this year to bring myself closer to that ideal life? Remember, in the big picture category, we talked about dreaming of what your ideal life looks like. So now we're getting a little bit more granular. What can you actually do this year to get yourself moving in that direction of what your ideal life would look like? And my next question, kind of right along with that, is, in what ways can I start living that ideal life right now? I think that's such a great question to reflect on, because a lot of the things that are in our ideal life are actually things we could be doing right now, but maybe we make excuses for ourselves on why there isn't enough time or don't have enough resources. But sometimes if you get creative, you can actually come up with ways to start doing those things that you really want to be doing in your ideal life right now in the here and now. My next journal prompt is really about that goal setting. So there are like 6, 7, 8 areas of your life, depending on how you break it up, that you can set goals in. If you look up like the 7 areas of goal setting or the 8 areas of goal setting, you'll see what I mean. But basically it's like your family, your friendships and other relationships, your career, your finances, your physical health, your like spiritual health, all those kinds of things are the different categories. But in reality, we as humans can only really focus on like 1 or 2 big goals at a time. That doesn't mean that you're throwing out all your other goals and ambitions in life. I believe that a rising tide raises all ships. So if you're laser focused on one goal and really working to better yourself in one area, it tends to make you a better, more driven person in all aspects of your life to some extent or another. But you can't really focus on really, really hard goals and accomplish really, really hard goals in 7 different areas all at once. So my journal prompt for you, all that preface aside, is, what area are you really wanting to zone in on this year and really focus on and grow in and get better in? Is it your career? Is it your marriage? Is it your friendships? Is it your health? Like, what is it this year that you really want to be focused on? And really get granular and specific about what your goals are on that one thing. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you don't have goals in other areas or you're not going to focus on those other areas that are also important, but I want you to pick that one thing that you really want to have accomplished this year. And then once you kind of have some clarity on your goals, my next prompt is for you to visualize yourself in December of 2021 and write as if you're writing from the person who accomplished that goal. So imagine yourself in 2021 having accomplished whatever goals you set out for yourself for the year, and write to yourself, what did you accomplish? What did it feel like? What did it feel like to overcome the challenges that you had? What kind of person are you now? What kind of person have you had to become? Write from that point of pride, almost like writing back to yourself, like writing a piece of advice to early January 2021 version of yourself from that place of the person you want to be. I think that's really, really powerful and can really help give you perspective on who you want to be and help you kind of give yourself advice to get through some of the hard times that come with setting big goals for yourself. So those are my journal prompts for you this year. I will put them in the description box below as well so that you can refer back to them. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, like I said, hit that like button down below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I have all sorts of homemaking and productivity content on my channel, and I make new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you as a part of our community. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in the next one. Bye.